Welcome, everybody. Come on in. This is Typhoons TV number 17. Week is gone. Season's gone. Season's almost over, man. Can you believe that? Wow, we waited all this time, and I don't know. It's just like time flies when you're having fun, right? Season is gone. But come on in, sit down. Sit down, have a seat. Typhoon here, the Fantasy Typhoon, Google or Bing in your search engine, whatever search engine you use, private or whatever. Your search engine, just Google or Bing the Fantasy Typhoon. Hit enter. That's my whole page. That's my footprint. That's my blueprint. Get at me that way through Twitter, through LinkedIn, all kind of social media outlets. I'm right there. Just that easy. Right there at your fingertips. Subscribe, rock with me, comment on the video, let me know what you like, what you dislike. I don't care, it don't hurt me. I'm good. My team's winning. You know what I'm saying? What is it? 9-1? Hold on. What's my records? I'm looking at in my dynasty league where we play 2 times. I'm sitting on top, 15-5. Let's see. On my other leagues, about 2 other leagues that I participate in that I really care about. You know, the rest of them, you know, I participate. I really don't give it that Typhoon. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, the more you get into this, the more you get into the analysts, I don't know, for some reason you start cutting your leagues down, and you don't you got like your top 4 or 5 leagues, and that's pretty much where your attention goes. The rest of it is just exhausting. You know, it was fun years ago when I first started. You know, about 10, 12 years ago when I first started this, you know, actually playing. Let's see, 7-3. If we win this one, playoff berth is clinched. And 9-1 in the other one. Going head to head with MYL. What's up, man? Me and you and me. Going for the number 1. He's 9-1. I'm 9-1. My mentor, MYL, and myself in the EFG league go head to head. 9-1. I'm 9-1. Somebody. Monday night, I got Tyreek Hill in there. Monday night, no, I got Patrick Mahomes. So Monday night, somebody's gonna be in sole place, you know, sole possession of first place. NYL, good luck, bro. Appreciate everything you taught me, man. Need a podcast from you, man. But anyway. You know, Google Bing the Fantasy Typhoon, hit enter. This is Typhoons TV number 16. You know, I always try to give you a quote, a wise man quote, a wise person quote. Man meaning mankind, you know, just a wise quote, just to get you thinking and grooving. And then I try to flip it around and it's subjected or injected into my fantasy analyst for the show. Kind of like a theme quote, then try to stretch that quote out and you know, and emphasize it throughout the show. And the quote today is, you should never plan your future by your past. You know, so, you know, David Johnson hurt me. That's in the past. You learn, move on. Don't look in the future, you know, because David Johnson can heal up, or is he hurt, or, you know, like I put on Twitter, there's 2 ways to look at David Johnson. There's always 2-3 ways to look at a situation, but usually there's 2 ways. So when you're looking at a situation, always know there's another side to the situation. Usually, basically, there are 2 ways to look at it. Sometimes it's simplistic. You know, sometimes you might just look at it one way, and your mind is made up. But if you haven't did a paradigm shift and look at it from another vantage point, then you didn't cross all your bases before. This fantasy football is decisions. That's all it is. You're making decisions. It's this. You just need to be a good decision maker. That's all it is. Like right now, I'm trying my best to get Pittsburgh Steelers defense in one of my leagues because you maxed out the quarterback. Like you're looking at your points. Remember I told you about the points? You're looking at what I need, and I'm not getting what I need from my defense. And this is serious business here because this league is rough. Any little advantage you can get, you need to go ahead and take advantage of it and get it. Right now, stakes are too high for Pittsburgh defense. Really kind of want to lock them in tonight and then lock them in for the rest of the year. The schedule is just cupcake. It's a cupcake schedule going from here on in for the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Really would like to have that on Team Typhoon, but you can't get what you want all the time. But going back to David Johnson, when you're looking at David Johnson, I tweeted out all his carries, all his catches, and his runs, and whatever he did last week. You make the decision. You sitting there looking at it. Now, do you see this as a long term, or is he hurt? Or is he pretty much, did he go over the cliff? Running backs go over the cliff without you don't get an announce, you don't get an RSVP. Running backs can be playing good week 6, week 7, they're done. That's why we tell you, it's a rule or a recommendation here. And I always get it backwards. Never trade a wide receiver for a running back. Ever. You always want to be dishing out running back for wide receivers. Ronald Jones, get him in, bring him in from rookie draft, set him on your roster, let him do enough, let his value get high enough to the point, all right, let me get a wide receiver. Send him off. All right, you bring in Miles Sanders. I got Miles Sanders, Devin Singletary, Tony Pollard. Well, I'm keeping Tony Pollard because I got Zeke. I'm kind of using that as a package deal. But let's just say I'm talking dynasty for a moment. All right, let's just say you got all right, let's just use Devin Singletary and Miles Sanders. I'm waiting. Don't do it right now. Not now. Let's see next year. Devin Singletary hopefully comes in, take over the role. Now, if Devin Singletary is balling out, hey, why trade? If it's producing and it's doing well, hold on to it. Now, Miles Sanders. Now, if Jordan Howard is gone and they're kind of switching up the gap schemes and the inside-outside stretch zone, they're actually changing stretch to gap schemes as far as Miles Sanders is concerned. That's why you're starting to see him making better decisions. That's what I try to tell you, man. When you have a player in a good, because it's remember, it's a village to raise a child. It takes everybody. It's not just Miles Sanders, even though that's what you have. When you invest in Miles Sanders, you just invested in a whole Philadelphia Eagles organization. It's on your roster. See, are they competent enough to handle him? And as you can see, he's already proven he's a prime explosive talent on the field, period. So the 65-yard run showed you, dude, he's explosive. If he gets out there and he gets his opportunities and the hole is there, the opportunity is there, he's gone. You throw him a screen pass, he's gone. So we got the explosive element. That's what you want. Now, it's up to the coaching staff and everything to put it together. All right, kind of figure it out. All right, now we know what we got. We know how to use them. All right, we've been trying to use them through inside-outside stretch. Peterson's, hey guys, that's not working. So let's go ahead and bring him into the little gap. All right, he's making better decisions with gap. He's getting downhill. He's giving us 4 or 5 a clip. All right, so now let's kind of implement him with a little bit more of those runs. Get him a little easier, calm him down to the NFL game. Then let's start bringing back inside-outside stretch a little bit later on. But as for right now, let's run him gap and let's hit him out the backfield. He's got enough right now to start giving you points. Is what I'm trying to say. So I'm holding him. Now, if Jordan Howard leaves next year, and of course, everybody says about this draft class next year, that don't mean nothing to me. Every year is a hot draft class to me. That's what my scouts tell me. Every year is hot. You just got to find it. That's all. There's ballers in every draft. Now, it might make your hit and miss ratio as far as, that might go up a little bit, but, it's still the same. So I don't covet my draft picks any more this year than I did last year, that I did the year before that, and I did 2021, 2022. It is what it is. You feel me? But, never trade your wide receiver for a running back. Always trade your running backs for a wide receiver, and always draft your running back. Draft them. Be the first one to touch them and feel them, watch them. Like Ronald Jones, brought him in. Didn't do what I wanted to do, but I did my research on him. Like I was reporting to you, told you this was it. The information we put him through. I put Ronald Jones through a 32-point process, and it was like, yeah, here it comes. All right, so held on to him. I traded him, got a wide receiver for him. Going forward, because Ronald Jones' shelf life probably is about another 3 years if they don't bring in another back next year to step on him. Right? Get out. Get your wide receiver. Now I got a wide receiver that'll play till he's young wide receiver that'll play until he's what? 36? 30? No, about 34. About 34. You see what I'm trying to say? Bring your running backs in through the draft. Now, if they're good, keep them. Ride them. That's what you want. If you got Josh Jacobs, there's no need to even be shopping him. Why? Ride him. Now, if an offer comes in, don't trade him out for another running back. I wouldn't suggest that. If you're trading him out, make sure you get a top wide receiver and a running back. You see what I'm trying to say? You dictate what you get back. It's decisions. Remember, it's all about decisions. Plan for the future and not your past. But going back to David Johnson, look, well, like when we told you, I did most on social media. Once Kenyon Drake came in and showed that he was a perfect fit for that offense, he hurt everybody. David Johnson, Chase Edmonds, everybody's job was in jeopardy once that guy played, period. So now you got a decision to make on David Johnson. One, all right, is he hurt or is he just trying to play now, hurrying himself on the field, and he's still injured? Is he hiding some things that he normally would because he know he's got the job on lock? Now that Drake is in the building, I got to play. I got to make myself accessible because I don't want to be out of sight, out of mind. And he's playing and hiding some things just to get on the field. Or is he done? That's your question. If he's done, get him off your roster. No need for a done folk or hoping, well, he might can revive. No. Once the player's done, they're done. You don't get your explosiveness back once it's gone. Once Father Time gets you, it's just a wrap. Like I told you, I don't mess with backs. Now you got Matthew Stafford in the back. Now, he didn't play last week because of his back. All right. Logically. Decisions. What makes you think he's going to play this week if his back hurts? When was the last time somebody had a broken back and, well, give me 7 days and my back is healed? What back heals in 7 days? If what the reports we're getting are true and verified, he does have back problems, and it's a broken back, spurs or something in his lower lumbar part of his back. What back heals in 7 days? I already got Dallas Cowboys defense ready to roll. Some of this stuff, man, and they can sit there and do all they want. It don't make sense. Decisions. That don't make no sense of him playing this week. Now, if they throw him out there, they're not putting him in harm's way. It's franchise quarterback. But, hey, it is what it is. If you're on the David Johnson train and you own him, if you throw him out there, all right, the week before last, he practiced. He didn't practice in full. They threw him out there. He played one down, sat down. I started him that week. I was like, okay. It was like, all right, he's going to play Kingsbury. So Kingsbury already told you he can't be trusted. All right, so now when you listen to him with the bullcrap meter first. All right, everything he's saying is bullcrap until something comes through all the crap that all right, he won't lie on that little statement, but the rest of it was crap. But that little sentence there was real, because you know he's bullcrap. He's just yapping. Now, all right, let's say. All right, the week before last, 2 weeks ago, I started him. He played one down, pulled him out, and I'm sitting there with like a point 25 from his spot. Still won my game because I wasn't totally dependent upon him, but because my other boys raised their level of game up to help compensate for his misery. Go back a couple of Typhoon TVs and see where I told you what I need from my running back 1, I need this. From my running back 2, I need this. And he was my running back 2. He didn't give it to me, but my wide receiver 1 did a little bit more. My quarterback did a little bit more. My tight end did a little bit more. In other words, they pitched in points to make his total what it needed to be. It's a team. Fantasy football, I know folks are looking at it through individual player lenses, but it's a team. You have a team. They all work together. Now, all right, so you got me that time, Kingsbury. Next time he practiced in full last week, and I don't think it was on the injury report. Nope, not playing him. Until I see David Johnson do something, that was my time then. Decision. Other folks, all right, he's healthy. They say he's healthy. Run him out there again. Got burned again. This time you got a -1 or something. That was your fault. Now, he's full participant, not on the injury report, and you get ready to run him out there again. No, why would you run him out there again? This is the third time. If you run him out there again, that's your fault. Look, new coaching staff. Who's to say David Johnson is back next year? Did I say that? Absolutely. But, spend a little too much on that. Let's keep moving on. But, you should never plan for your future from your past. Now, going on to the Cowboys, and, I'm getting a lot of stuff. Cowboys my team. And I really don't try to put an input on any coach. I don't try to do the Monday morning quarterback thing or sit from a couch and try to say I know more than what that man knows, and he's in the building every day. I can't have the information that he has. And even though we got these beat writers and reporters, giving us stuff, and trying to give us a window into what's happening in that organization, I have no idea what's happening. So I have been off this fire Jason Garrett parade that's been happening these last couple of years coming up. I kind of just sit back. Now, here's where he fired himself. He fired himself. No matter what happens, Jason Garrett is fired. Decision. Watch. Pay attention. He fired himself this past game. The decision making down in the red zone, when we could have took the lead, won the game, he kind of gave them, a little thumbnail worth of clock left to get something done. The 2 runs, the first run, all right, I'm cool with that. Second run, the second run or whatever happened, then all of a sudden he tried to pass it, that 4th down, and he passed it to Zeke. But when you go back and look at all 22, Cobb should have been his first read. For some reason, Dak came off Cobb, who was on the slant route. He had 2 slants, and then he had Zeke out running the out. And he chose Zeke. I think Anthony Barr came in and knocked the pass down, and boom, that was game over. But he had a touchdown with Cobb. It would have been an easy throw, but for some reason Dak didn't get to that read, or Dak came off that read earlier. What, I don't know. Only Dak knows why he did it. But what lost Jason Garrett the job is that kickoff to that last possession to Tavon Austin. Now, Tavon tells you, hey, coaching staff told me no matter what you see, catch the ball. Let me get my football. Coaching staff told me, catch the ball, fair catch. When the ball's coming in, fair catch the ball, and that's it. Right? And let's whatever, because we're going to waste time, which is okay. Now, when the ball came in, if you look, he could. I can't say he would have scored. Definitely would have got to the 20. I'm talking about Tavon Austin. He had a wall to the left side. It was already a wall. All he had to do was catch it and just run. It was right there. The seat opened up, and you could see this on the TV copy during the game. Sitting back, my brother was over. We kicked back. We watching the game. You know, he can't stand the Cowboys. He's a Pittsburgh fan, and I can't stand Pittsburgh. So, we give each other, flat back and forth. And he's sitting there watching the game with me, and we both looked up like, God, dog, you see that? He was like, yeah. They flashed it on the screen just for a little bit. He had the whole sideline, but he fat catch and just laid the ball down right there. Then I don't know. I guess everybody saw it. Then come. Sitting back listening to the press conference, one of the reporters was like, well, hey, what happened with Tavon Austin? Seems like he had the sideline wide open. Why did he fair catch? They asked Jason this. Here comes Jason. Jason's real with his stuff. Jason give it to you real. He'll lie every now and then, but he don't have a bullcrap meter like Cliff Kingsbury. So Jason comes out being real, was like, hey, there was some miscommunication there. And between Tavon and us, we really didn't give him full clarity on what he needed to do. That's why he fired himself. That's where he got fired. Right there. Not having full clarity with his players in primetime moments of a game that we needed to separate ourselves from the Philadelphia. Look, our playoff hopes, Cowboys fan, is with the Eagles. Period. We beat the Eagles and win the division. We're in. We don't win the division. We're out. That's just the way it is. Look, it's just decisions. Look, just cutting out the bull crap. And that's what we do here at Fantasy Football 101. We give it to you real. We are in the fight with the Eagles. Period. It's either the Eagles in the playoffs and we out, or we in and the Eagles out. Our competition is the Eagles. Nobody else. So Dak made the wrong read after that and all this and that. You put it on Dak. But it's not the play calling that really did him in. It's the communication between the head coach and player on what they need to do in situations. It's not coming across. That's why we look dysfunctional, because the coach's message is not getting to the players. And the players aren't on the field knowing exactly what they need to do. That's why Jason Garrett is getting ready to get fired. He's done. He just got fired. They can make the playoffs. Now, if they make the Super Bowl run, all right, he'll come back. Anything other than that, Jason Garrett's gone. Now, some of my peeps, it's being reported now that the field goal block between Tennessee Titans and the Kansas City Chiefs, that was a good game. It was just simple football. Tennessee knew the snap count. That's why the guy looked like he was offside. He knew the snap count. They do the same snap count for the kicker. Dude already caught it from the previous kickoff through his intense film study. He was off the ball before they were even off the ball. And he blocked it. All because, so in other words, they lost that game due to the fact that they didn't switch up man. Look, these defenses are on it. You know, these defenses are look at the Rams. These defenses are just. You come out balling one year, you come out the next year, they shutting everything down. These defensive coordinators during the offseason, and the schedule comes out too. They know they get ready. They just don't know when they're going to play you on what day and what time, but they know you are on the schedule. Man, these defensive coordinators are geniuses. Let's sit back. You got to have a part 2 to your show, like Mike Lombardi says. It's easy to do that first album and make it a hit. You always look at you. It's hard to do like Keith Sweat, come out with a banging album. His first album came out, man, it was banging. You just put anything on. I wanna, you just put anything on. It was banging. You just dropped it in there and just let it go. I don't care what track. It's on. Next one come out, boom, drop it in there. It's hard to do hit after hit after hit after hit. That's what, like the NFL. You got to do more than one song. You can't be Vanilla Ice. Get one hit and that's it. It's the second song that what matters. So remember that. It's the second song that matters. You could come out one year and burn the NFL up. It's that second year. Do you have any, can you revise it? Do you have a part B? Do a remix of it. You can't come out and do the same thing. That's what is lacking with the Rams. And on top of that, Todd Gurley. So now Goff is a play action pass quarterback, period. So if he doesn't have the play action in his favor, you see what you're getting. Without Gurley in the run game being dominant, he can't step up and do what he needs to do. But that's just Typhoons talking. Just went over David Johnson. Now, like I would tell you, new coaching staff, they owe Johnson nada. So this could easily be Drake's job next year. Hey, now I wasn't a Drake truther, but man, when he came out and played, hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. When he came out and played that Thursday night, man, that dude was all over the place. Now, remember last week, we told you to pick up Reggie Bonnafon. We told you to pick up Brian Hill before. We tried. Now I'm not going to sit here and take credit for that because that was pure luck that Devonta Freeman went down. I was just telling you to pick him up because, hey, could be a chance. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, see, I told you, Typhoon, what we do here. Yeah, we make no recommendation. I told you. Man, that was luck. So if anybody run around just because they told you to pick Brian Hill up a week or a couple of weeks before it happened, that's not a win. You don't win off that. You don't win off luck. That was luck. Nobody knew Devonta Freeman was getting hurt. Nobody had any kind of crystal ball. Nobody had any kind of, nobody knew. Nobody got a clue early. Well, Devonta Freeman going to go down and pick him up. No. It was luck. So I'm not going to sit here and try to take credit for that. But what you did do was you prepared for success. Success came down your street. You got lucky. He didn't come down Reggie Bonnafon Street. Reggie Bonnafon sitting there waiting. Hey, success, come down my street. Brian Hill over there. Hey, success, come down my street. Success, look. All right, I'm coming down your street. No fantasy analyst nowhere knew this was going to happen. So, man, miss me with that, trying to take credit for an injury, now your player is viable. But one thing, you just need to be in position. You could have dropped Brian Hill the week before, and now it's his time. But I did tell you, pick up Reggie Bonifant and Brian Hill and come see me in 2 weeks. Pure luck. Now, Reggie Bonifant, who knows what can happen? Got one more week with Reggie Bonifant. I don't know. I don't know what McCaffrey's going to do. But it would be good if McCaffrey does have misfortune on which injury on no player, anywhere, any game, at any level, on from Pee Wee to XFL. I don't wish injury on nobody playing any sport. But, let's say McCaffrey goes down. Now, they brought in Mike Davis as well. So, it could be a little bit more split than what it was the week before. But, hey, you do have an asset. A sleeper cell has been woke, is all I'm saying. And that can happen to anybody, anywhere. That's why it's always best to kind of get you 5, 6 startable wide receivers and leave it in dynasty. If you start 3, you always want to have an extra 3 just in case. I got Will Fuller. He got hurt. Then I got a bye week. So you never know when you might need. You need 3 dogs in that starting lineup at all times. So get you 6 wide receivers. All right. Leave your wide receivers just 6. It might look funny to everybody else because they got like 10, 15 when you're looking at comparing rosters. But you got 6 dogs, right? And somebody can get hurt. In other words, you're not worried about wide receiver. You'll pick up Slayton and Lazard and all this and that and sit them on the bench and let's just kind of see what happens. And you're interchanging those other spots. But you got your Super 6 is what I call it. And then the rest, you're taking gambles on your running backs. Because running backs are here and there. They're running backs. Kerryon Johnson came out balling, boom, gone. He's gone for the season. You see what I'm trying to say? Running backs go quick. Running backs landscape is living, breathing. Somebody's running back could have just got hurt right now in practice. Now somebody else's turn. So that's what we do. Now we got Brian Hill. Might not even have a chance to play him. We got Tevin Coleman, Zeke, Devin Singletary, or Brian Hill. He's another option. I don't set roster till Sunday, so we'll sit back and take a look and see if he might make the field against Carolina. I don't know if they're home or not, but you never know. Now I'll say this, and I'll go ahead and get out of here. But watching that game Monday night, man, that was a heck of a game. Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Now I'll go ahead and give Russell Wilson the MVP. I've already done it. It's over. I don't need to see no more. Now I know you got. What's his name? Chris McCaffrey could get it, but he didn't get in from the 1 yard line. You got to get you MVP, bro. You got to get in 1 yard line, dog. And I know everything was on you and everybody's looking at you, but you got 2-3 chances from the 1 yard line. You the MVP. You got to make that happen. That's what MVPs are. MVPs at that, in my opinion, an MVP is a person at that crucial moment. You got to go make me a play. Now you got Lamar Jackson. A lot of folks are saying he's MVP worthy, and I'm not dismissing what he's doing. It's electric. It's fun to watch. It's beautiful, but he's not doing nothing, nowhere near Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is winning games against quality opponents week in, week out on the last drive. It's coming down to that last drive. Tampa Bay last week before that, last drive. You knew it. Everybody knew it. Everybody on social media knew it. Everybody in your household knew it. Once that last kickoff came back to Russell Wilson, you knew it. All right, you done gave Russell Wilson too many chances to win this game. You know what's getting ready to happen. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson in that situation, you do not know what's going to happen. That's the MVP. When the lights on and when it's tie game, all right, you know what's getting ready. You know Russell Wilson, you can't give him another shot. He turned it over that first time. Now you giving it to him again? Oh, yeah. It's a wrap. Let's go ahead. 8-1. 8-1 San Francisco. Now, San Francisco could have won the game. Garoppolo looked, a little shaky, but look what he's working with. Kendrick Bourne dropping every pass. Deebo Samuel, not your route runner, rookie. Don't really know what to do yet. They benched Goodwin. Dante Pettis. Dante, where you at? Dante Pettis. I'm calling Dante Pettis. Dante Pettis, calling Dante Pettis. Don't know what he doing. But, but when you look at Seattle, they'll always be competitive. They build rosters around, build your rosters around that Seahawks model. No matter where you get drafted from, can you play at an elite level? It don't have to always be first round picks. You could be Tyreek Hill coming in later and playing that. Man, Tyreek Hill is a baller, man. Boy, Tyreek Hill has grown into, this might be his league. After this year, going into next year, Tyreek, this might be Tyreek Hill's league. But, and that dude high points the ball as small as he is. He got my ball mentality to be his size. He'll go up over you, yank it, get it, and then come down with it in control and have the mental capacity to understand where he is on the field and go get a touch and dive for a touchdown. He's done it numerous times. Dude has awareness, man. Some players just got it. He's in a system with Andy Reid with a quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. He's already got the bag. It's already around him. Greatness is already around him. But build your rosters like that. Don't be afraid to let some of those lower third round UDFAs onto your roster. If like Chris Carson, over there at Seattle, got a first round pick in Rashad Penny. Any other team, they pushing. Well, Rashad Penny got to play, man, because that's a reflection on my office. It's not a reflection. All the thing fans want is that you got a running back, a starting quality running back in the lineup. That's all. Don't care whether he was a UDFA, first round pick, third round pick, whatever. Fans of your team just want to know you got it right somehow. Now, if you're looking at that game, it was a big boy game, what I call it, kind of like a playoff game. And DK Metcalf was in there. He got stripped for his little touchdown or his fall at the one. In other words, he got yards after the catch, and he didn't secure the football. That's a rookie thing. He'll fix that. He understand that now going forward, that he'll have to put his head down, try to get extra yardage. Football is the most important piece to the yards after carry. They develop you. You see what I'm trying to say? The Seahawks, they bring you in. They don't care what round you are. Chris Carson, UDFA, Rashad Penny, first round pick. Put him on the practice field. Let him run around. All right, put on pads. Put him out there. Penny. Chris Carson, you're doing it, baby. Up. Give Penny a carry. Up. Penny. Come on, Penny. Get around the side. Give it to Chris Carson. Boy, good job, dog. Who getting ready to start? You at any other organization, Penny, we know you need a little bit more, but you are starting running back. because we drafted you in the first round. So now you got to play, but you're not ready. Chris Carson is clearly the better talent. Seattle won't do that. Seattle don't play that game. Seattle don't do that. And if you see clearly, I don't even think he played a snap. And this was a big boy game. He didn't even get on the field in big boy game. Now they up 14 coming into the fourth quarter. All right, now you kind of see what they really think of you. They really think good of Metcalf. He was on the field in the big boy game. They started bringing Josh Gordon in on the big boy game. Jacob Hollister was utilized in the big boy game. You know, Chris Carson was the undisputed running back one in a game. They know we can't turn it over. Everything counts. Every little blade of grass counts. It was a big boy game. All you maybes we don't know about, you can't play. If we have any doubt in you, you can't touch the field. David Moore, where was he at? We ain't got time for you. It's a big boy game. We don't have Tyler Lockett goes out, other ones come in, steal Metcalf, it's still Josh Gordon, still Jacob Hollister, and it's still Chris Carson. It's a big boy game. We don't have time to experiment and play with you guys. On the other side, Emmanuel Sanders, it would have been Emmanuel Sanders, George Kittle, and the running backs. Bourne, you're not getting all these passes, targets. You know, we're not giving you all these targets. Pettis, you're not even on the field. It's a big boy game. It was the simple fact that, you know, they were down Emmanuel Sanders and Kittle, that those guys played. So you look at it, Will Disley. Nobody talk about Will Disley. Comes in, he's a starting viable weapon in Seattle. Why? Because he showed it in practice, and then he got a chance to do it on the field. Will Disley is a tight end option going forward until somebody beats him out in practice. Tyler Lockett, in practice, kept shining. Now he's on the field. Now he's the dude. That's all. Just like DJ and Drake. Drake should clearly not come off the field. DJ, I'm talking about David Johnson. David Johnson, you need to sit there and watch Drake. Come on, let's rock and roll. That's how it should go. It should be the big boy game. Drake, you've earned the trust of the coaching staff. Let's rock and roll. David, you just sit down for a minute. We'll bring you in and out here and there. We up a little bit. All right, you come in and play. They won't do it. They're going to run David Johnson out there when it should be Drake. You do in Seattle. Seattle, the tables will flip. You had Drake and David Johnson the way it is now in Seattle. Okay. You'll be trading. You'll be dropping DJ. And Drake would be a top 15 running back. But that's just the difference, man, of some of these organizations sometimes. And I try to do this on everybody. You know, just show you the difference of organizations and the decision making that these organizations make. You know, which is why, look, Seattle thinking about bringing in AB. They were thinking about it. Josh Gordon kind of fell in their laps. They're like, okay, let's go the Josh Gordon round. Colin Kaepernick's working out Saturday, I guess. Bill Belichick got representatives there. Seahawks, guarantee you, have representatives there. They're always looking, man. They are always looking, at least thinking about it. Before they make a decision, they're at least thinking about, you know, hey, is there somebody out there that can help us play this year? It's just that simple. So that's the way you should. That's the way you should be looking at your roster too. Is there somebody out there that can help us? Like Brian Hill came in, he can help us a couple of weeks. Me myself, I think Devonta Freeman will be shut down for the year. I think it's the Brian Hill show. And they're bringing another back. I think they got Kenyon Barner next up. They're bringing another back, just in case. Because they're out. Let's see what we got. Uh, what's his name? Le'Veon Bell. I think they shut him down. Let's shut him down. We're out. Let's see what we got. Look, Ronald Jones should get more burn. We're out. Hey, let's let Ronald Jones catch passes, put him in all situations. We're getting ready for next year. Let's showcase him. Let's see what we got. You see what I'm trying to say? So folks are trying to sell you Le'Veon Bell because of the schedule coming forward, when in actuality, they getting ready to shut him down. You getting ready to buy that asset because you're not. Decision. It's all in front of you. They're going to sell you the fact that look at his schedule coming down for the fantasy playoffs when he's not even going to play in the fantasy playoffs. Why keep running Bell out there? He's your top asset. Fading injury. You're done. Let's bring in Ty Montgomery, who I think he rolled his ankle. Bring in Ty Montgomery and I can't think of the other running back. It's not Elijah McGuire. It's another running back they got that's on the roster too. Let's let those two play. Let's see what we got. A.J. Green, sit him down. Let's see what we got. Julio Jones, believe it or not. Hey, let's kind of use him sparingly. Let's kind of rest him a little bit. Get him ready for next year. Let's keep him healthy. Bring in some of these other cats. See what we got. And you get ready to buy these assets for a playoff stretch. And the teams are looking at them like, we're out. So let's evaluate. We can't put these guys in pads due to the CBA. This is the best chance to put these guys and kind of see what we got at the back half of our roster. Don't fall for that okie doke. All right, Google or Bing, the Fantasy Typhoon. Hit enter. That's my whole page. Follow me through all my transitions and through my fantasy career. If you have a question, the Fantasy Typhoon at hotmail.com is how you get at me. And, or you can simply comment or like, subscribe. Simply comment right down below, of a question that you have, and I'll get back to you. Maybe put it in the next video. But the motto, don't just win, dominate. We gone.